Okay, we're now approaching Beckett's Island from the north, heading south, and we're going to carry on the road towards Evesham and Redditch. We can see an information board in front of us, and Evesham and Redditch is marked as the third exit. A fairly thick line on that roundabout info board, which tells you that that's the direction that most traffic is moving. These yellow stripes are just to give you the impression that you're still travelling fast as you're approaching the roundabout. My lane here opens out into two. I'm going to stay on the right hand side of it. You can now see the marking showing a straight ahead arrow in this lane, monitoring what's happening on the right. Nothing's coming from the right. Moving on to the middle lane on the roundabout of the three, marked A435 south. Now that the lane markings have disappeared, I allow myself to come over to the left hand side. There are now only two lanes on the roundabout. Checking centre and left mirror, putting a left signal on. Moving on to the dual carriageway marked with a signpost Evesham and M42. The motorway junction is down here. Some roundabouts do change the number of lanes as you go round. Maypole roundabout, the other busy one in the Kings Heath area, has two lanes all the way around. It doesn't change, but there are gaps between the lane markings, which are actually hazard lines to show that there's a lot of traffic movement and a relative amount of danger. Just watch out for where those gaps are. That's where traffic is going to be less likely to be able to position itself accurately and may want to change lanes more often than when there are hazard lines either side. Watching out for these walkers crossing the dual carriageway. I'm taking the second road on the left. There's the first going past now. The second has its own slip road, so I'm keeping my speed up, doing my usual mirrors and signal routine. Cancelling my signal now, I'm off that road, and I can now start reducing my speed. I don't want to reduce my speed earlier. It might get in the way of traffic that's continuing to flow down the dual carriageway there. Going right towards Weatheroak. You can see the little black and white sign. That shows it's not a primary route. It's a B or a C class road. And now in front of us we've got a green and yellow sign for Birmingham. I'm going to take that road on the right. It's a one-way road, a slip road going back onto the dual carriageway. You might be able to see the blue rectangle on the right-hand side we've just been past with the single white straight ahead, straight up arrow, confirming that it's a one-way road. The single broken line at the entrance to that road I've just turned into confirms that it is one way. You can only drive in rather than driving out. So putting plenty of speed on, up to about 40 now. Centre mirror, right mirror. I can see I'm joining a busy road because of the barrier on my right. As the barrier ends, I get that signal on. Now monitoring my right hand door mirror frequently.